Hello, I am Tara from livingonadime.com with my faithful assistant, Heidi. We love Heidi. We are so glad we found Heidi. So for those of you who have seen our side hustle videos, just a really quick, how we met Heidi, just really quick. We went to Minnesota to take my son to the Mayo Clinic. Heidi emailed and said, if you guys need a place to stay, let me know, which was very nice of you. Thank you. We ended up not staying there, but she ended up hosting our meetup. She even cooked and everything. I was like, girlfriend, it was great. And that watermelon and lime is the best thing I've ever had. Never had that before. That was the best thing I've ever had. So she even hosted our meetup. So we met her that way. Well, about, let's see, it was a year later. Wasn't it?
It was a year and a half, I think.
A year and a half later. We were mentioning something on the show about how we have got to hire someone to help us with our comments because, you know, it can get really nasty on Facebook and YouTube. And I just was spending hours a day trying to moderate it. And I don't know if you came to me or I came to you. I can't remember.
You came to me. I joined the group.
Okay.
I joined the group and the Facebook group.
Okay.
How to save money on groceries. And then you messaged me.
Okay.
And you said, hey, you're frugal.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
And I knew Heidi was a good worker. Anyone who would make food for a meetup and offer to host it for somebody she didn't even know, you know.
I knew you watched your video.
Well, you knew me. I didn't know you very well, I guess. Yeah. And so I thought, I know she would be really good. She's frugal, that kind of thing. I know her a little bit from her posts and stuff. So I said, would you like to be our VA, which is virtual assistant? And she's like, well, I don't know. I think I could do that. I think I'd like doing that. And there's moments where she's been like, yeah, I don't know about this.
Wait, I'm still here. It's been over a year.
So there's moments she's thought about it, I'm sure.
Not because of you and Mike. You guys are awesome to work for.
Heidi keeps me organized. You guys know me. I jump in and I just do it. And Heidi is, here's my notes for the video, which is great. That's what I need. That's exactly what I need. So today we were talking about side hustles, and being a virtual assistant is one of them. And being a virtual assistant is one of those things where it's kind of interesting because it's, in some ways, it's something you can just pick up, but in other ways, it's not.
Established a relationship with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you want to be a virtual assistant for someone, I would, comment on their page, comment on their YouTube channel, show them that you really care, show them that you know something, show them you're not whiny, that kind of thing. And then they can see what kind of a person. And then if you hear them talking about, like I've said several times, we need proofreaders, people email me. And then they'll say, I'd be happy to be a proofreader. And so I'll look and see who it is. I'll remember their comments or lack thereof. And then I'll pick people to help us with things like that. So being a virtual assistant is one way that you can do that. The other thing, you were talking about selling your strawberry plants, and the other thing, so you were talking about selling classes and doing classes.
Yep.
What kind of classes? Have you ever done classes? I have done classes, but have you?
Oh yeah, I have done classes. So what are you good at? When I had taught myself couponing, because my budget for our family of 4 at the time, for all of our food, our gas, our clothing, our miscellaneous, was $100 a week.
For everything.
And so I taught myself couponing, and it was right before the Extreme Couponing show came out. And when that show came out, like everyone wanted to learn, right? And I had taught myself. So I thought, and I was pretty good at it. So I thought, well, I'll just like advertise a class on Facebook. So I taught a number of classes. I had anywhere from 10 to 20 people show up, and I charged $25 a person.
There you go. Yep.
So, yep.
Yeah, I've taught floral arranging classes. I've taught soap making classes. I have taught gardening classes. I'm a master gardener. I went to school for horticulture. But even if you didn't, you could teach gardening classes. So cooking, how to bake bread. You know, people want to know how to do that stuff. Sewing.
It's a very nerve-wracking thing, putting yourself out there like that. I was amazed how successful it was. Some of the classes, I had people in my home. Yes, I had strangers in my home. My husband was home. I felt safe about it. But I even went and taught in other people's homes. Like one of my cousins got together a group of her girlfriends, and I went there to her house and taught a class. So.
And you can do community centers. My community center is $100 for 4 hours. So I had thought about doing soap making classes there. You can do like parties where it's not strangers necessarily. So your girlfriend, like you said, invited all of her friends and family. So it's people that are already known to someone you know. And so you can have like parties type things. So those are really good. The other thing is dog sit when people are on vacation. How much? You said $200 a week?
Yep, we have dogs, sat quite a few dogs, and $200 a week.
Wow. So just when people go on vacation, that's good.
And it's cheaper than a kennel. You need to advertise to people, and how you advertise is, you just talk to your neighbors and if you ever go on vacation, we'd be happy to watch your dog, or are you going on vacation? I'll water, you need someone to water your garden. I did that last year for a few of my neighbors. I watered their garden when they were on vacation, and they paid me $100 to water their garden for that week. For an hour's worth of work a day at the most? Yeah, well, a couple of them, it was a really rainy week. I only had to do it like once or twice. So then I was feeling kind of bad. So I weeded their garden for them. But weeds will like take over when you're on vacation.
Well, yeah. So that would be another thing you could do, is to offer to weed people's gardens and so we'll kind of go into that one, is being a personal gardener. Now in Colorado, personal gardeners get $50 an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a huge side hustle that makes a lot of money.
Business? That's just a gardener?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you go in and you plant the flowers, you weed the flowers, you mulch, then you can water when they're on vacation, that kind of thing. Personal gardeners are huge, and it's not the huge equipment. So you're not mowing the lawn. You're just taking care of the gardens. And that is big here, is the gardens. And so, I personally think I would love doing that. You could probably do it on your own time whenever, they're not, whenever they're not home or whatever, but you could probably work around pretty easy for that.
Yeah.
The other thing is a grocery assistant you put on your list. So you haven't done this, you said.
I have, but only like 2 times.
Okay. So what is that? Just basically going and helping and buying people's groceries for them?
Helping them learn how to save.
Oh, okay.
Go to the grocery store. So I advertise it as basically, you pay me, I will teach you how to do it, and you will, in the first time, you will save what I'm charging you. Yeah. And so, yeah.
And the problem I found with that one, though, is that people really don't want to save on their grocery bill.
That is what I found too, and that's why I haven't done it.
Yeah. They really don't want to learn how to save on their grocery bill. They want you to go in and tell them how they can buy all their snack foods and stuff for what they're already buying, so.
Their fancy drinks. And,
yeah, exactly. So, but
people need to think about what they're an expert in.
Yeah.
Are you an expert in canning? Because I know when I had to teach myself canning. My mom did can, but she did not follow the rules with canning. And so I taught myself how to can properly. And I would have paid money to have someone teach
Quilting
me.
is huge.
Oh, quilting, yes. I would pay money to learn to quilt.
And another side hustle is quilting quilt tops. So if you're a quilter and you have a quilt machine already, which those things are expensive, but if you have the money for it.
Yes.
I know one lady, she is 2 years behind on getting quilts quilted. She is so busy. She makes a boatload of money doing it. A boatload. And she just sits there and does what she already loves doing just for other people, sitting there quilting for other people. Makes a boatload of money, pays for material. For me, before I started my soap stuff, I was selling it for me to pay for my hobby. So that's a great way, if you have a hobby, sell it or teach people how to do it, okay? So thank you, Heidi. Please like, subscribe, and share. Check out our Dining on a Dime cookbook at Living on a Dime. We're going to have more videos with Heidi later. We will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.